listening to Casual Alterations, a podcast by and for fans of Altered TCG. Here's your hosts, Kari and Ian.
Well, that one's easy. Sung Sung Blue by Neil Diamond.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I have it in my head still because of that movie.
It's a good movie if you haven't gone seen it. It's a love story with some sadness, so be aware of toilet paper or tissues are needed.
Yeah, it's a 4+ tissue movie. The 3 tissues that I brought were not sufficient for that film. Willkommen, bienvenue, welcome.
Welcome, bonjour. This is Casual Alterations, the least professional, most tardy podcast about Equinox's TCG Altered.
Yeah, boy, we sure are late, aren't we?
Well, it was a holiday season, and really, there's not a lot that's been going on in the last month and a half.
No, I suppose not a whole lot. This is a podcast where we talk about Altered and why we love it. I am Kari, also known as Kari Fur, also known as the Tokens Lady.
And I'm Ian, the token husband. Today, we are going to talk about Singleton. We actually have a guest on the show today, Qwetzz, who is an Italian Singleton pioneer and a great person to have a listen to for the ins and outs of that format.
And also one of the Masubi people as well.
Yes, absolutely.
But first, we want to remind you that this podcast is brought to you by you. Do you like tokens, alternative art card sleeves, fancy playmats? Through your support on Patreon and Make Playing Cards and Etsy, we do our best to make this podcast and more alternative art products made by me for you.
This quarter's Patreon rewards include a couple banner sleeves. So we have the first 2 of the set of 6 banner sleeves, sets of sleeves, each of the 6 factions of Altered eventually. The first 2 we've got are...
The first two that we have are Bravos and Lyra, which were voted on by our Patreon supporters.
And we are also on the interwebs, Discord, Instagram, and Blue Sky as Casual Alterations, no spaces. So look for us out there. So we're going to jump right in here with Qwetzz, and this is the interview that we had with him. Today on Casual Alterations podcast, we're going to talk to Qwetzz. Why don't you give yourself a little introduction so the crowd knows who you are and how you got involved in Altered.
Hello, thanks for having me here, firstly. Yes, I'm Qwetzz. I'm 28, I'm from Italy. I'm the founder of the team Spaghetti Alt that you may have known about. We are the host of the Singleton tournament, and we had older tournaments, like we had the 400 plus ELO tournament as well, run this past year. I started playing with a roadshow. A friend talked to me about the game. We decided to try it out on a roadshow, and I loved it, so here we are. A funny story about my Altered journey was that for the pre-release of Beyond the Gates, I was in Paris because I was in Paris for some holidays with my friends. So my actually first pre-release was in Paris.
What amazing timing!
Yeah, like it was exactly that weekend. So on the Saturday, I literally say, "Goodbye, my friends. I'm going to play Altered."
Oh wow!
And I come back after the tournament. And yes, this is the story on how I started playing. Then, like, at first, I didn't have a team. Obviously, I'm just playing locally and with some friends, mostly. Doing online tournaments, I've met 2 of the other founders of the Spaghetti Alt, Arxeon and Bubo. In late December, I think, of the 2024, we decided to start a team, basically, because all 3 of us were pretty competitive and wanted to create a community where people can play tournaments, especially because in the first months there wasn't a lot of tournaments online. At first we started hosting some online tournaments on BGA, not using the tournament like tool that BGA is offering, but we were doing with prizes, basically a regular LGS tournament, like with an entry fee and prizes. This was the start, basically, of the team. Team name actually was totally stereotypical. Like spaghetti is the classic Italian thing, basically. It was cool just because our logo is just the altered sign, but with like similar paintings / spaghetti. So that was like the theme of the team. With all the people entering and stuff like that, now we are 13 people in the team, active people in the team.
Wow, that's great.
And yeah, one of our teammates, Giacomozu, went to the World Championship actually. So
Yeah.
we were representing Italy basically.
Yep.
Yeah, he was the winner of for the European online qualifier,
That's
one
right.
that have like 1,000 player almost.
Yeah, we did watch that one.
Yeah, I actually not even saw his final. I think on top 4, just because I was outside for work and it was so late for me and I needed to wake up at like 6 a.m. the next day. So I basically left him in the top 4 and hoped for the best for him. And I woke up seeing that he was qualified. So I was really happy, especially because there was like the whole meme and situation where one of his uniques was bought during the tournament, so he played the entire top 32 with 2 uniques only.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Good for him. That was impressive.
This is basically our story. After the World Champion, I was in the airport waiting for our flight home with some friends, and to spend the time and for the waiting, we decided to play like a singleton battle basically, and we spin randomly like the faction and the hero, and then we needed to build a deck with just one name per card. We played out like there in the airport, and we had a lot of fun actually. So we decided to try to make it happen in Board Game Arena. And just because it was a casual format, it's fun, it's refreshing. So like this was the goal, like not a totally competitive tournament, especially because like there was already plenty of other standard tournament that were incredibly competitive. So we wanted to basically have a place for people to enjoy the game, like just playing random heroes, random combos, and just have fun basically. Recently it came out as the new format actually with their rules. Now that there is official rules, obviously we will follow them.
Yeah, what is different about your original rules and the Equinox rules?
Yeah, obviously in our format we didn't have the chance to increase, for example, the rare limit or play with those ratios, because obviously it was a feature on BGA. Like you need to have the legal deck to play on BGA, so we couldn't do much about it. The only thing that we could have done was limiting one copy of one card. One card, one name, or maybe one name, one card, and that's about it. So we stick to the standard 21-15-3 ratio.
Okay.
Simply add this rule of you could play just one card per name. If you want to run like the common version of a card, you couldn't play the rare or the unique. Basically 39 different cards. Having some limitation to the rare slot, I think is needed. It's needed not just because the power levels of some rares and stuff like that, to create a really deep deck building situation where you need to do choice, and every build probably takes a different route than the other, because now with the new official rules, at least like these first rules, they allowed you to play an unlimited number of rares, so you can basically play just rares and unique.
That surprised me when I saw that in the rules, because it doesn't feel like Singleton to me if you can have more than one copy of a card.
Yeah, that's my take too. Like, I can agree with you. It takes a different route than like my idea of Singleton, where it's more chaotic and casual. Let's say.
Yes.
Sure. Yeah. And I think we would agree too that the idea of limiting the rares makes it more difficult to build decks and really makes you think about what it is. When you put limitations on your format, you encourage creativity.
You create more diversity in decks too. I also would like to see some kind of restriction on the rares. Maybe it doesn't need to be 15, but I think unlimited rares is too many.
Yeah, that was actually a thing that I already said to the game designers. I'd love to see some modification to that rule. To have the 1-1-1 rule of the single name, I think is needed if you want to play 60 cards, because if not, like, it's almost impossible to build a 60 card deck that can work.
That can work. That's the thing, isn't it? Because I actually built my deck thinking that there was only one. You couldn't have more than one of different rarities.
No.
If you had a Kitsune, you could only have one Kitsune. So you have to make a choice. Do I want the rare, or do I want the common, or do I want this unique?
Oh, basically, they wanted to keep a little bit of consistency by allowing player to have like the same name in multiple rarities. Like, the reason behind this increased limit on deck size was to prevent some cards to be too impactful.
Right.
Like, for example, the Anger, obviously, as a Bravos player, you probably now play just the rare. And in a 60-card deck, the Anger is way less powerful than it is in a 40-card deck. One thing that we forgot to mention is on the new rules is that they made a tier list of heroes, basically.
Yep.
And each tier is able to run a different number of uniques. And there is like the tier 1, let's say like that are the standard decks like Sigismar, Teja, Kojo, that are able to run 3 uniques. Then there is the tier B that allows you to play 4 uniques in your deck, and the tier C that allows you to play 5 uniques. This idea is cool. It's difficult to find a balance, and in a 60-card decks, those 2 unique, I think, don't make that much difference. On our format, like, we struggle a little bit with the power of Bravos decks. In fact, like, there was a tournament, I think, Bravos took the majority of the top, especially Kojo. From that point, we made a poll and we decided with the community to ban Kojo. And that actually helped a lot with the diversity, and we have a lot of new decks being brought to the tournament. Have a lot of success with those decks. Like, Kari takes place like as the best Muna, I think, in Singleton, just because of the throw power. And we saw Aurak doing good. That usually you don't see Aurak doing good in any format.
As an Aurak player, yes, I agree. You don't usually see success with that deck.
Especially because some of the choice they made, I'm not super happy. For example, Nevenka as a tier 1 deck with just 3 uniques, I think is not that correct.
I agree with that. I would have put her in the 4 uniques slot, I think.
Yeah, and at the same time, like, Soul with 5 uniques feels so insane.
Yes, I agree with that too. I think Soul should be 3, and I think Arjun should be in the 5 uniques category. I haven't seen anybody playing Arjun yet. I don't know.
Arjun in the Soul, I think I've never played. It's probably the only hero that is missing, I think, in the Singleton. Maybe someone played, but it didn't go well. So in our last tournament, we obviously played with the new rules, and we actually reached 93 players, and I was amazed by that, because like, I was so happy to see all these players wanting to play like the format and trying it out. So a big number for like this tournament, at least for what I saw in the previous months. So I'm really happy to that, and hopefully it will like keep going like that. But yeah, the top cut was insanely filled by Bravos.
Yep. And
Like,
Bravos
the top
deck,
16 was basically Bravos.
it's an easy deck to build, right? I think you just have so many aggro, and even like in other Singleton formats and other card games, aggro does tend to be really, really the best way to go with it, unless you're playing multiple players, because then multiple players can stop the aggro player. But one-on-one situation, you cannot just sit around and watch Bravos take over, because, you know, if you're going to play Lindaway or Arkesha, you're just going to be way too slow.
Yeah, especially because like with the rare number, like the limitation on the rare disappearing, that helped the Bravos basically play almost just rares and unique. Because actually the rare Bravos pool is insane. Like, they have a lot of really strong cards as rare. For example, I've played in the event as well. I've played Nevenka, but just because it was one of the deck I've built first.
Sure.
And I was running 30 common still, so like a good amount of commons.
Yep.
But just because like Lyra rares are not that good.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of times the commons are better than the rares, depending on which hero you're playing. Yeah.
I've played 30 commons, but clearly, like seeing Sol or Kojo running basically 8 commons and just rares and uniques, it's tough. Like they basically have a lot of better cards than you in the deck. It confirmed that Bravos at the moment is probably one of the best faction, actually in all formats, because even in the standard format is really strong Bravos. One of the things after the tournament that was talked about, at least from a player perspective, was to make like this tier list but for rares. And this is a thing that I've reported to the game designers. So I literally the day after the tournament I've reached them just to let them know that Bravos was too strong. And obviously having a faction that is way too strong, it's not good for the health and the fun of this format especially. Every player will probably play Bravos, and you will be playing like 6 rounds of Bravos Mirror, and like it's not a great experience.
Oh, absolutely.
To be honest. And so I hope that they will decide to make some changes in this upcoming week or weeks. Hopefully week, just because like the next Singleton, that is the next Thursday, will feature obviously the new rules. So I don't really want to repeat another like Bravos top cut only. And yeah, especially because actually our team is a partner of Equinox, so we give qualification to the players. So yes, it is a casual tournament, but there is some stakes on the line. Like it's not like a totally casual day of playing Altered, and there is uniques as prizes. So yeah, there is a lot going on. So you want to have the chance to win it, obviously. And obviously in the last tournament, Cloudhouse got second place with Sigismar. It went undefeated actually, but Sigismar is basically the only one that can keep up maybe with Bravos, and you need to have strong unique. So I hope and that that will make some limitation to the rare available to each hero. Like it's the same thing that they've done for the uniques, but for the rares.
Yeah, maybe related to the tier list too, so that it makes it easy for people to remember what ranking you're at 18, 21, 24, something like that.
Yeah, so like if you can have 3 uniques, then you get 18 rares. If you can have 4 uniques, then you get 24 rares.
Yeah, something like that.
That
or
would make
eventually
sense.
you can remove the unique limitation, like every hero plays with 3 uniques, or
Okay.
even 4,
Yep.
just because there is a 60 card deck. So I think it's fine to run like 4 uniques per hero, even if in Sigismar and stuff like that, you need to have like limitation on the rare. So maybe the tier 3 heroes can run unlimited number of rares, while the tier 2 can run 40, I don't know, 30, 40, and maybe the tier 1 just 21. I think that would balance more the meta than the unique tier list. I don't know, maybe they were considering that with the new set probably, and eventually also the new patch that can come up before the new set release will stable things up and probably correct the meta by itself. But obviously now we are stuck with those rules, and we have 3 to 4 weeks of still playing with these new, like with these rules, and
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually don't want to have Bravo stop cut every time, especially
Yeah.
because it will probably lead to some player not playing the tournament.
Yeah, I think if you're facing the same decks all the time, eventually you just don't want to play anymore.
Yeah, in fact, like if no modification to the rules happen this week, I will probably make some new rules for the tournament, even though it's actually difficult to make them respected by all the players, especially
Right.
because some of them, it happens that some people may play with the regular deck at first when we didn't have the singleton mode on BGA, and it can lead to some accidental cheating or stuff like that, like good for everyone basically.
It is not.
That
no.
is definitely a challenge. I remember I tried to play in a couple of no unique tournaments, and twice I played against someone who had uniques in their deck. It's hard to say too, did they know that they had joined a no unique tournament and cheated on purpose, or did they accidentally stumble onto a no unique tournament without knowing what it was?
Or for me, are you playing in so many tournaments that you don't remember that this is the unique one that you're supposed to be playing in that
yeah,
deck
and
in?
you grab the wrong deck during deck selection.
Yep.
Yeah, in fact, like the new formats are, like the addition of the new formats to BGA is incredible. Like it's a step forward and it's good. Like I really appreciate that. I think like with the singleton, obviously now the rules needs to be fixed, but it's not easy to like have the perfect rules on the perfect moment every time at the first try.
Sure.
So even like with for example, the ban of Kojo on our version was not the decision clearly, because like you are preventing a hero to be played. That was like the easiest solution for us with our possibility. So I feel like that the game designer team will find a solution that will work for this format. I have trust on them just because they are actually doing an amazing job.
One thing I love about Equinox is how much they clearly care about the community and the players and what we want. So they don't just sweep in and say, well, this is how it's going to be forever and you're just going to have to take it. They do take feedback from the community and make changes based on what they learn. So,
yeah, this is a really strong thing for them, and it's a plus for the game for sure. Yeah, hopefully it will be the basement basically of all the building, like, and that's why also myself and some of the other hosts decided to create a group basically, and we are preparing a page for everyone to look forward to basically every tournament that there is on BGA offered by their partner, the AA tournament, the Valhalla, the Nuke, the Singleton. So we are preparing something for basically the community to see where there are the tournaments, who is going to organize them, and basically we wanted to, I don't know the word, but I think it's like singing together just to arrive everywhere and not just one people shouting his tournament like in the Discord.
yes, you need like a central landing page where someone can go to see everything from everyone, right?
Yeah, that's the goal, like to have every major host basically sponsoring all other tournaments and not just his, and also avoiding like on digital events, for example, on the page on Discord to be like filled up with a billion messages from everyone that is sponsoring his tournament, but having just the single message with all the information you need for every tournament.
Yeah.
And structuring something to improve like that situation.
Yeah, that's
Fantastic.
great. Like our LGS, every Monday they send out a calendar that says every event that's happening at their store that week.
Yeah, it's basically a weekly planner for all the events, and you can find all the info, so you can see all the Discords of the people that host the games, all the information about every tournament. So it will be a step forward, I think, and I'm really looking forward to it.
And we're looking forward to it too.
Yeah,
Well,
for sure.
thank you for being part of the podcast. We really appreciate you sharing your thoughts about Singleton. And
So this would be a good time to say, where could people find you if they wanted to see more of what you're doing?
So we have an official Discord, and it's called Spaghetti Alt. You probably see me posting everywhere not everywhere, but at least on the competitive sides of things, so on the channel of the digital events and stuff like that, on the Altered official Discord. And I'm SCP Qwetzz. You can reach me on the DMs. I'm always available, and I'm happily answer to you and to your question, and I can give you the link to our Discord eventually. On Thursday we host the Singleton tournament every Thursday, and it's 20th and 20 in the Europe time zone. So I don't know, maybe it's afternoon on the US, I think.
2:30 Eastern time, 1:30 Central, 12:30 Mountain, and 11:30 Pacific. Yeah, so if you're in that time zone at that time and you're free, like we will be on Thursday, we may join you.
Yeah, normally we would be at work at that time, but we have a vacation this week, so we might join.
Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
No, well, for the moment we are hosting just that, but I think we will probably start doing some other Singleton tournament just to reach out more time zone and stuff like that. A way to contact us is also on Twitch. We have the name spaghetti_alt_, and we are also on Instagram as Spaghetti Alt as well. Yeah, feel free to ask us everything, join our Discord, or just play the tournament or whatever.
Well, we'll join you.
Just have a chat.
Absolutely. Well, thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thanks to you to having me here. It was a pleasure to speak with you guys.
Well, that was very exciting and very interesting. I learned a lot from about the Singleton format, speaking with Qwetzz, and I hope that you are all excited. We love the casual formats and wish we could spend more time doing other ones.
Be sure to check the links in the comments below where we will share links to where you can find Qwetzz. Be sure to check the comments below where we will share the links to where you can find Qwetzz and the Spaghetti Alt team out on the internet, as well as ourselves, who you can find on Patreon or Etsy or
wherever else we are.
whatever other.
And don't forget that there is now an Altered Discord casual play channel. It isn't our channel, but we would love to hear you speak to us or speak about the casual play that you're enjoying, any kind of limited format, anything that you're looking forward to. Just remember, it's only weeks away. The new set limited sealed event is coming to your store, so make sure that you get signed up for that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
This has been Casual Alterations Podcast. For more information, please visit us at casualalterations.wordpress.com.